Hello there today, and today we're gonna talk about the fact that 6 players who have been added onto the Manchester United squad in the new upcoming game versus the young boys. So these 6 players include they are basically players like so these 6 players are, first of all, they are Charlie Savage. You have the midfielder Charlie Savage. You have Charlie Wellens, Sam Mathur, Zidane Iqbal, as well as Shola Shoretire. So basically all these players have been added to the Manchester United current squad. They are under 9, they are added from the under 23 squad. So as we know that Manchester United has a very nice and fresh young squad, and Ralf Rangnick, the new recent coach, has targeted the fact that it's the young ones he wants to add, and he wants to give the young players some more game time. He wants to see how they play, he wants to see whether what instance they're how well they're playing, and he wants to check their capabilities. And as he said, that if we can nurture our young talents, then there is no need to basically go and buy some expensive players with yada yada million pounds. Provided you nurture your own talents, there is no need to go and buy expensive players. I mean, if we can produce a midfielder from our very own Manchester United team, youth team, then we don't need to go and buy a midfielder with for almost 20 million something pounds or 30 million pounds. So this is Ralf Rangnick's strategy in order to get a new player, in order to identify a new talent among all these players who are available. And let me tell you, all these players have the under 19 United squad have a history of playing quite well. Shoretire, for example, 17, has made his United debut against Newcastle in February and became United's one of the youngest players, debutants, to go into a European competition and score goals. The Dutchman hardly has, in 18, has trained under with the first team this season, and basically and whose father Richie played once for the United team in 1999. Savage, the 18-year-old son of United Academy graduate, former Leicester and Wales international Robbie, turned professional this year. So as we can see, Iqbal 18 is a very exciting prospect. Iqbal Zidane 18 is a very exciting prospect, and is set to truly represent the Asian community in this regard. In terms of football, he is set to represent the Asian community, and set to be a clear-cut example of the Asian community, and as he's said to be an encouragement for the Asian community who's practicing football. So yeah, so that's what I would like to tell, that this is one of Rangnick's first-hand strategy to basically employ young players. This is one of his strategy to employ absolute young players, and what Rangnick's statement is, if we are able to nurture very extremely young talents, into our teams from the academy, we won't need to spend millions and millions and millions and millions and millions on players, on who we don't need to. There would be no necessity to spend millions and millions of pounds after players, getting midfielders and getting defenders, if we can produce them from our own team, from the youth team. So yeah, that is something we have to discuss for today. So what do you think about Ralf Rangnick's new tactics? So he might start Pogba in the match today. You might see Paul Pogba starting in the 11. You might see him. And you might see and Matic, I'm being told, will be the new captain. So since Harry Maguire is, he's injured in the Crystal Palace match, Matic might be the new captain. So what do you think, how good do you think Matic will be? In my personal opinion, I think anybody is better than Harry Maguire. Absolutely anybody. That's one of the points that I have. So anybody will be, anybody will be better than, Harry Maguire. Absolutely anybody. So yeah, that will be a big, that will be a big addition to the squad, and personally I think that's an absolutely great addition, So yeah, that's what I think. And further, to speak about Maguire, I think Maguire is an absolutely, he's a trashy defender. I won't hold back, I'm absolutely gonna go all guns blazing against him today. I mean, he's one of the trashiest United players I have seen till date, And I've seen a lot of players, but I want to say he takes the cake to be the trashiest among them. Maguire, I mean, he's got zero defending sense, he's got zero sense of playing. So all he does is, just hang the ball around, hang it around, stay there, somehow, and I've even seen him punching, attacking players for no reason. That was not defending. That was just attacking. That was just fighting in the midfield. So I think, his decision to basically, just play around, play along is, absolutely, to take a break is fantastic. And we should give the young guns a chance, the young players that I mentioned, Iqbal Zidane, or Anthony Elenga, or even Dalot, and let players like Ronaldo and and Cavani, so Jadon Sancho, Fred, let them rest. That I think we should do that. We should let them rest properly, because it's important. Because and Ronaldo might be resting today. So that might be a case. Ronaldo maybe will be resting in today's match. So yeah, that will be another instance. That will be a case. So let me know. Do you think it's a good decision to let Ronaldo rest? I think it's a good decision to let Ronaldo rest. So yeah, I think it's an absolutely good decision to let him rest. I think it's an absolutely good decision to let him rest. And take some time off, maybe take the time off, take time off his game, and just develop, take some rest, spend some time with this family, take a break maybe, because in the time of Ole, Manchester United have had to go through a lot of pressure. They had to go through a lot of pressure. In the time of Ole, Ronaldo, Bruno, whichever player you name, Jadon Sancho, maybe Sancho will be starting, but or maybe he might have rest as well. So these 6 names have been included in the Champions League squad, because as Rangnick did not know previously, that the system, this is the system in the English Premier League. If you want to include any player, you have to include their names in the United squad. In your Champions League squad. So he has named 6 new players, and he might even play Henderson as the goalkeeper, giving De Gea some rest. So this is a common pattern I see among, Ralf Rangnick. He has a tendency of evaluating or valuing, young players a lot, and you shouldn't be amazed, owing to account, that he was the one who basically, discovered Erling Haaland. And how much Haaland has impacted modern football now. What a big name he is in football now. So yeah, you can't question his decisions. I mean, the guy who discovered Haaland is definitely good. Has to be good, right? When somebody who discovers a guy like Haaland has to be good. So yeah, that's what I would like to say. So I think I agree with his decision to start 6 new players, and if Ronaldo isn't starting, it's okay. I mean, we've already qualified in the Champions League stages. you know. So, you know, this match can just be an experimental match, but you don't want to lose any matches, because when you're on a winning streak, it's a bad thing to lose. But I guess, you know, it's okay. I mean, it's okay as long as, you know, you're clear on your priorities. I mean, this is an experimental match for him, where he'll be adding 6 new players, and as I have mentioned above, you know, he might also add Henderson, you know, as a goalkeeper. He might add, you know, Zidane, Iqbal, you know, Williamson, and many more new players. You might get to see them, you know. And Matic will be the captain. So what do you think about this strategy? Let me know. Until then, take care.